Hi everyone, how are you? Good morning. Well, good afternoon. It's 1:04. My name is Lucy Freitas, and I'm part of a financial campaign for financial literacy. Our mission is to actually give out to the community financial education for free. I was invited here by Miss Cassandre Augustin. I guess she's a member of this church, so it's an honor to actually be here.
Bonsoir l'église. Bonsoir. Nous frères. Bonsoir l'église. Bonsoir. Nous sommes là ensemble avec Mary Luz et puis nous t'es venu matin pour nous éduquer nos deux finances, éducation financière et puis moi la parler puis moi traduire. Vous avez l'impression que nous avons plus que 10 000, so nous avons fait ça plus vite que possible. OK? OK.
I am so sorry, I'm not tech savvy at all, so I'm trying my best. So what we're doing is we're actually building a new industry here, right? Unfortunately in the community there's a lack of communication and a lack of information when it comes to the financial, right? So there is uncertainty in the horizons. The world is changing in unpredictable ways, and so is our financial future.
La communauté en pile nous pas connaît un pile de bagailles de éducation financière.
Okay, so to cut costs, many companies are moving jobs overseas. So as we're seeing here, a lot of automation is also actually costing us a lot of jobs here as well, right? Back in the days I used to work for Wendy's, and I was the cashier there when I was a teenager, and now unfortunately Wendy's has automation. They have little tablets that you can actually go ahead and order your own food. And what that is doing to our community is that unfortunately we're without job. We're without a job, and if we didn't actually go for a career and recur, college debt, and then we're in a financial bind.
Pour couper prix en pile compagnie a déplacer travailler le bord de l'eau. Automatisation qui veut dire un pile monde a perdu travail. Un pile de business qui a un capital qui est limité, qui a fait les plus difficiles pour revitaliser avec gros compagnies, avec gros distribution système. L'idée de travail dans Wendy's et qu'il y a un pile story où c'est le computer qui vient pour leur sortir ou pas un pile cashier qui est donc qu'il y a. C'est ça qui fait le plus qu'il y a là maintenant, c'est l'autre compagnie ou bien story you traverser l'autre bord qui fait nous tout un pile dans notre perdu travail nous qu'il.
There's also obstacle ahead of us, right? So when we retire, we actually retire, unfortunately, depending on the three-legged stool, right? It's either personal savings, company pensions, and Social Security is what us Americans are actually depending on for us to be able to retire.
Nous-mêmes, pour nous retraiter, nous dépendons de Social Sécurité. Et pour l'avenir le plus demain, Social Sécurité a coupé ma conscience un peu dans nous comme ça. En 2034, nous pas de Social Sécurité encore. Et puis nous avons une crise retraite, crise éducation avec crise dépenses.
So our retirement crisis that we have here, unfortunately, we work 30 years, right, to actually be able to retire. But and then when we retire, we're actually retiring poor. So for example, my mom, she has worked all her life, but and then she retired with only $323 a month as a monthly income. That's all she has for retirement. Unfortunately, Medicare wasn't given to her to age 65, and Medicaid was very limited, not paying her diabetes medication. So because of the lack of information, because she only went to the 5th grade and she didn't have access to this platform, she didn't understand how to actually prepare herself for her future.
Nous travaillons 30 ans, plus que 30 ans dans le pays, et puis les n'a retraité, nous, bien les n'a plus tard, nous dépendons de social sécurité. Maman, elle était travaillée ici pour un peu de temps, mais elle était dans la 5e année, et le pour retire, c'est à 65 ans pour retire, et puis social sécurité, quand on a balé $320 chaque mois. Nous avons un bill pour nous payer, nous avons un monde pour nous occuper, mais $320 pas assez pour nous prendre soin de tête, nous pas vrai?
And there's also an education crisis, right? So we want our kids to pursue college. We want to pursue college as well, right? I pursued college, got 3 degrees, but in return I got $68,000 in debt. So there is an education crisis. Did you know that by the time the young ones here, the 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds go to college, it's going to be 4 times the tuition that we actually paid when we went to college. So there is an education crisis when we come out of college with our education. We make $11.50, $12 an hour. Sometimes we don't even pursue our career because there's no space for us. So we end up in a retail store.
So lui-même, il était allé à l'école, il était 3 degrés. Avec 3 degrés, il finit l'école, il était doué l'État plus que $65,000. Et puis il va aider, il va gagner assez d'argent pour le payer. Puis parfois nous étudier pour carrière nous, ça nous étudier pas pour les travail parce qu'il pas gain job pour nous. So nous voulons aller dans Walmart ou bien aller dans notre store et puis obtenir $10 bien $11 par l'heure.
That's true.
On top of that, we also have a spending crisis, right? Well, unfortunately, this is something that all of us actually are guilty of. The spending crisis that we have because we want the new digital, laptop. We want the new iPhones. We want the new sneakers. We want the newest clothes and stuff like that. So we're basically living the moment without even knowing that that's going to affect us in the future when we want to actually go ahead and retire and still live a comfortable life without having to actually go ahead and depend on our children or our family, which sometimes they're not even financially set to be able to help us, right?
So, il y a une crise de dépenses. Crise de dépenses, c'est parce que crise de dépenses qui vient c'est parce que pile nous besoin montrer c'est new iPhone dans sorti nous besoin montrer mon que nous bien iPhone 10 ou bien d'aller faire photo mettre poster dans Facebook pour montrer mon mec qui vraiment habillement nous bien et puis nous mettre habillement première fois nous va mettre la deuxième fois encore parce qu'il faut nous montrer le monde qui tout ça nous bien kounya et puis pour dire nous va payer bill nous même pas vrai.
So what is your situation right now, right? So when this education came to me a year and a half ago, I was actually an executive for a home health company making $100K a year. And even though I made that much money at that time, unfortunately, I was living paycheck to paycheck, paycheck to no paycheck. Because the more you make, the more you spend, right? So and not only that, we don't keep up with the inflation. And we don't know how to. So when this was presented to me, I said, oh my God, I am that girl even though I make $100K a year to actually be in that situation right now. So do you have problems paying your bills? I'm pretty sure all of us almost have been there, right? I know I was there. Are you concerned about your job or career? When it comes about your job or career, some people say they're not concerned. But what I've learned is getting into the medical field, I started as a receptionist, and then when I went to do the triage nursing, unfortunately the person that actually was the one to train me, she actually got fired a year after. I was her replacement for only $12 an hour. And she was with the company over 18 years. She had Parkinson's and her son had died of cancer. So it was really harsh on her. The hurricane had came at the time as well. So her roof was also, completely damaged. So everyone is replaceable. So we have to make sure that we're actually doing what's right for us and our family, right?
Juste parce que vous avez avec une compagnie pour plus que 10 ans, bien 18 ans, pas veut dire que vous êtes là pour tout le temps. Vous pouvez remplacer n'importe là. Et puis, est-ce que vous avez un problème de payer bill au Kenya? Est-ce que vous concernez de travail ou de carrière? Est-ce que vous payez pour valeur? Est-ce que petit ou a grandi et parents ont grandi plus vite que vous avez offert pour eux? Est-ce que vous sentez un piège financier à affecter la famille?
Not only that, we're in a lot of situations where our children are growing old and our parents are growing older, and we have to juggle both, right, financially, and it becomes a financial hardship for our own family. Do you feel that financial trap is affecting you and your family? And if you feel that financial trap is affecting you and your family, and then we have a solution to that problem, right? But without the education, we don't know what the solution is.
Pour aider famille, est-ce que vous avez une éducation financière pour aider famille?
So it is ironic that we do live in one of the wealthiest countries, and yet we actually come here to live the American dream, but yet we always have money problems, right? And then people from our country, they're like, oh my God, you're living the life. No, we're living for bills. You know, we're actually living for struggles. So we do work hard all our lives, usually from the age of 25, right, to 65. And we say 25 because that's usually when you come out of college, you know what you want to do in your career, and that's what you want to pursue, right? But yet we still retire poor. Many do so much to raise their children, like my mom did for me as a single mother, but yet I actually finished college with a lot of financial debt, right?
Li ironique que nous vivons dans un pays qui est plus riche dans le monde, mais un pile monde a un problème l'argent. Gen qui travaille en pile pour toute vie, mais ils retire pauvre. Plusieurs de nous fait un pile pour nous lever petit nous, et souvent nous voyons fini l'université avec un pile dette.
So that just becomes the way of life because that's what we grow up to actually, you know, do. We work, we pay bills, and that's it, right? It becomes a cycle. So what are we doing here, right? We're actually showing people the lack of financial knowledge because there is a lack of financial knowledge in our community. Many don't have much but don't know much. If I knew, you know, what I know today, I would have accomplished much more for my future. Many people are not taught how to manage their money. Unfortunately, there's only 9 states that actually teach that, how to actually manage their money. But they do show us about credit cards and how to swipe a card and how to, you know, do the balance in the little balance sheet. That's all they teach us, how to spend, and write down what you spend, right? Financial issues may not often be discussed, and financial products are not always fully understood. So for example, me, I went ahead and I did what Florida Hospital told me when I worked with them at the time as a triage nurse. I saved so much money, I put it to the max. I was so young, I didn't know what I was doing, but I wanted to save because I didn't want to retire like my mom, right, in the future. Not understanding the product, I actually lost $39,000. I didn't know my money was invested in the stock market.
Pas de monde qui te montre plusieurs de nous qui genre pour nous contrôler l'argent nous ou bien qui genre pour nous lire déclaration financière. Problème financier souvent pas capable de discuter et produits financiers pas souvent discuter dans cas là. Quelqu'un nous acheter une assurance de vie et puis nous fermer dans closet.
So some buy life insurance, right? Policies and don't understand actually how it works. They bury in the closet and then when your loved one unfortunately passes away, and then it's like there's no money. It either expired or it was an accidental type of insurance and we just don't understand how it works. Some of them have living benefits and then we struggle with an illness, but we don't know that we have living benefits to be able to actually use it at the moment, right? So that's also something that we actually educate here as well. Unfortunately, I lost my brother at age 32 and I lost a nephew at age 11. So we never know when is our time to go home, right? We never know. We need to be prepared for the what ifs because it will take your family 10 years to get out of the financial debt if something was to happen to you.
Si on bagay arrive la prof nous 10 ans, puis yo ka retourner dans majorité dans problème financier parce que dette ou qui te dette ça venir pour yo. So c'est pour yo la venir et puis faut couper dette là quand même. Et là il y a assurance de vie tout par contre qui titre lié qui sorte de assurance lié. Faut qu'on aider éduquer tête pour qu'on connaisse qui ça lié, qui ça qui la donne.
Not only that, a large number of people don't have a will, don't have a trust, and don't have a plan to protect their family. So I see a lot of little ones here, right? I have 2 little ones myself. Well, they're not too little, right? I look very young, but I do have a 17-year-old going on 18 in 3 months, and I have a 14-year-old as well. And I didn't have a living will, I didn't have a trust, I didn't have a plan to protect my family, other than I bought this life insurance, didn't know how it worked. It was $10 a month, and I said, oh, perfect. I didn't know living benefits actually existed, but if something was to happen to these children, automatically we think, oh, my mom will stay with them, or my spouse will stay with them, or the older sister will stay with them. In reality, the government is the one that chooses who's fit to actually stay with them. I know in my country, it's like whoever we want to stay with them, right? And the government really doesn't say anything, but unfortunately in Florida, they take them to a foster care, and they see which family is fit, and if no one from the family is fit, and then they will go into, a foster home. So do we want that for our children, right? And even though if it's family members, we don't want certain family members to take care of our children, right? Because they're not the best example. So we need to be prepared for that.
Gen pil nan nou ki pa gen testament, ki se will en anglais, ou bien trust, protection, ou bien yon plan pour protéger famille nou. Parfois nous giti moun nan et puis on bagay rive ou pense sœur tel ka pran son li. But parfois moun nan normal, but li pa ka aide petit tout vraiment. Et là comme ça sou pa gen will lan sou pa gen will lan, c'est gouvernement qui choisi qui côté petit ou aller. Et puis en temps pendant chercher qui côté petit ou aller, ti moun nan prale dans foster care, qui c'est aide gouvernement. Et le plus souvent aide gouvernement li pa aide ti moun nan vraiment.
So what do we believe in here, right? We believe in free financial education. That's what we believe in. We believe that the future is not in your hands, is not in the hands of your employer, of your union, or the government. It is neither in the hands of your bank or your broker. So I had a financial advisor that would charge me $3,000 a month. But yet I did not understand anything that she was telling me, because she never taught me anything other than this is what you have in place. But when I looked at everything, it wasn't the proper protection for my family. But of course, that came with my own knowledge and growing, right? The future is in your hands. So we make money, we save money, but most importantly, we don't know how to accumulate our money and protect our money from Uncle Sam. All we do is pay Uncle Sam. We get taxed, I don't know how many times, right? Maybe like 7 different times. And we don't know exactly where we can protect that money from liabilities as well, right?
L'avenir pa nan men patron bi bossou, li pa nan men union ou bien li pa nan men gouvernement. Li pa ni nan men bankou ou bien négociateur. C'est eux même qui pour responsable, qui pour responsabilité pour qui ça pour faire. Nous connaissons qui pour nous faire l'argent, qui pour nous serrer l'argent, mais nous pas qui pour nous empiler l'argent ou bien qui pour nous protéger l'argent.
So be educated, be your own money manager, right? Knowing less can cost more, understand how money works, make money work for you. We spend so many years in school learning to make a living, but we also should invest our time in learning financial concepts, right? You won't be free until you're financially free, and that's the reality.
Là on connaît moins, li coûte plus. Comprendre qui j'en l'argent travail, fait l'argent travail pour nous dépenser en pile année l'école, nous apprendre qui j'en pour vivre, mais faut que nous investir dans le temps ou apprendre financier fondamental pour serrer une fortune.
So our mission here is to actually motivate the community. Motivate the community to understand how money works, have a financial goal, plan for the future, cut down on your expenses, reduce debt and liability, increase your cash flow, and embrace change and expect to succeed, right? And have control of your own future. When it comes to have a financial goal and plan for the future, I was blessed enough to actually buy my house at age 25, but I never knew how I was going to keep it. If I lost my 100K job, I would have lost my house. So we plan what we want, but we don't plan when we're about to fail if something actually happens, right? Cutting down on the expenses. If you don't cut down on your expenses, how do you save for your actual future? Increase your cash flow, right? Make money when you can while you can. Have multiple sources of income, but make money when you can, how you can. If you have it in the bank and they give you less than 1%, let's put an example of 1%, it will take 72 years for your money to duplicate. Do we have 72 years for $100 to become $200? Right? Not only that, when it stays there and inflations continue growing and growing, and then you're actually losing you're not actually gaining, even though you take your $100 out when you go and buy something, it's really worth $98 because of your inflation.
Apprendre qui j'en l'argent travail. Quelques monde travaille pour l'argent, mais ils pas comprendre qui j'en pour faire l'argent travail pour eux. Il y a un objectif financier pour tête et faire un plan pour l'avenir. Réduire dépenses c'est pas qui en quantité comme ou fait qui contrôler, c'est quantité comme ou qui compter. Réduire dette avec responsabilité yo. Intérêt ou gain dans dette yo ka limiter habilité pour l'avenir. Augmenter cash flow, faire l'argent là ou capable pendant ou capable.
So be part of our new industry to help families in the community to become financially independent. Like I said, we do have a national campaign for financial literacy. We use an education book, which is called Saving Your Future. That's what we actually educate families with. We also have free financial workshops. Every Monday, every Thursday, it takes place in Maitland from 7 to 9, and it's free. Kids are welcome as well. We are a family-friendly environment.
Plan nous c'est pour nous éduquer plus que 1 million de familles par l'autre année et puis nous gagnons workshop chaque lundi avec chaque jeudi dans Maitland de 7h du soir à 9h du soir. Et puis nous c'est un gros famille, so si vous gagnez un petit avec vous, donc à venir avec vous tout. Tout le monde welcome.
So, like I said earlier, we do provide financial workshops. Our financial workshops are actually increasing your cash flow, debt management, building a strong financial foundation, proper protection, building wealth, asset accumulation, retirement planning, and wealth preservation. Our platform training actually trains you on insurance, investments, health, and education. We hold classes to provide knowledge, strategy, and solutions in all major areas in the financial services. So we do represent 165 companies. We are financial brokers. We are not stuck just to one company only. So we have basically something for everyone out there in our community.
Nous représentons plus que 165 compagnies et puis lors d'un workshop là on va apprendre de augmentation de cash flow, qui j'en pour manager des tout, pour bâtir une fondation financière, correcte protection, bâtir richesse, avantage entassement, plan retraite, préserver richesse.
All right. So it is the era of the informed consumer, right? Help yourself. So WFG, which is known as World Financial Group, right, is an innovative concept in the financial industry. We help family who wants to help themselves in building their financial foundation across the U.S., Canada. We're in all 50 states. We're in Hawaii as well. And Puerto Rico, sorry. There's so many of them, right? So get educated all about aspects in the personal finance, have access to hundreds of financial products and services, receiving training and support to manage your money for free, earn referral income, right? If you guys want to pursue this as a career, earn commission by getting licensed and sharing your know-how with clients in this fast-growing industry. You can learn to earn in the financial industry.
Nous aidons les gens qui veulent aider tête dans bâtir une fondation financière. Nous aidons tout le monde dans les États-Unis, Canada, ensemble avec Puerto Rico, avec Virgin Islands. Qui est à l'école, ou qui n'est pas à l'école, qui est au travail, qui n'est pas au travail, nous avons bénéficié de plateformes.
So it is the distribution of the revolution, right? Those who control the distribution control their target market. So if we look at Amazon, Amazon is actually controlling their target market. So of course, even though they are like 2 days, 1 day, no, now they want same day services. So now they have drones. Toys R Us has been out since I was a little kid. Now Toys R Us is not out anymore. Who do you think shut Toys R Us down, right? Amazon. Take a look at major retailers. The main focus is distribution, building more outlets, and greater access to consumers. In the financial industry, it's the same concept, right? We actually make more money by helping more people understand how money works, can control their target market and their future. Remember, there's only 2 ways to make it big. It's either you have a lot of money, work for you, or to invest, or you help a lot of people to make more money, right?
Il y a deux façons qu'à successful dans l'avenir, ou bien c'est either ou bien un peu l'argent pour faire l'argent travail pour vous, ou bien ou aider un peu le monde faire plus d'argent et puis faire l'argent pour tête.
We also have a powerful business platform, World Financial Group, Transamerica Companies. We are one of the best business platforms and one of the fastest growing organizations in the financial industry. We do have a proven track record. In 2016, of 4,700 of team members actually earning 100K part-time. We actually have a doctor that does it part-time and she makes 100K. Just because she believes in our campaign, right? Many of them have become financially independent. Many more make good part-time income, pay off their debt, and they are building a strong financial future. A proven successful system as well, right? So when we go to McDonald's, we have a system, and if we follow the system, all the burgers and the fries taste the same. It doesn't matter where in the state you are. It's exactly the same thing here, right? First we train the trainer, then we build the builder. So when we start in the financial industry, of course you're a trainee, and then we make you a trainer. I'm a builder, and now I'm working my way to a system builder. So that's the way our system works. Our trainers are with you every step of the way. So we also have the blessing of traveling the world as well, right? So we work hard, but then of course we earn things as well. Because our education is free, but the companies that we represent that actually want to give out to the community this education, for us representing them, they reimburse us depending how many families we have helped. And a lot of people have actually went to Paris, Hawaii, Japan, Thailand, Singapore, Italy, Spain, Vietnam, China, and the Caribbean, and many more exciting destinations. So like this year in September, I'm going to Israel. I've never even been to Israel. I know the hospital will only give me 10 cents raise, maybe 15 cents if I was lucky every year. Sometimes a year passed by and they forgot my raise, right? And it was a group, a team effort. Here is not that way. Everyone is individual because we're independently licensed broker.
Tout le monde est indépendant et si vous travaillez dans l'hôpital ou bien n'importe travail, il faut que c'est chaque année puis vous avez un raise. Mais avec nous, on est indépendant, on fait quantité au fait.
So life is all about choices, right? Where would you see your future in 5 more years from now? Usually we live the moment and we don't think about where we want to be 5 years from now, right? And that's something we should consider, especially the younger ones here, right? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? So save your future, right? Learn how money works, make extra income on a flexible schedule, get rid of debt, save your children's education and retirement. Build your future, transition to an exciting career in the financial industry, potentially building residual income and financial security with renewal, trial, supervision, and override income. You can actually build your own team. So I'm actually licensed in 13 states now, and I get to pick and choose what I want to do, right? So after 10 months actually doing this, since I feel so passionate and powerful in regards to the education that we give, because I come from a family that's poor, right? I actually fired my boss after 10 months.
Wow.
And that to me was something that I never thought, because I didn't come from a family from money. My mom went to the 5th grade and we live off the system. We live off of food stamps, Medicaid, and exercise, if that still exists now, I don't know, but that was back in New York, right? So that's something that, to me, that's why I believe in it, and that's why I'm still here today, right? Be a part of something big, build a large organization all over the U.S. and Canada, educate to help thousands of families. If you are born poor, it's not your mistake, but if you die poor, it's your mistake. And I do know that, money is not everything in life, right? Because money is not everything in life. We don't want money like in abundance, but if we can have a comfortable life for our kids and actually secure our life in the future, why not actually go ahead and do that, right? And learn that.
Sauver tête tout et puis bâtir un bon futur et puis faire partie de la communauté noire.
We're going to have a conference in April 19, 2021, and I know we could see a lot of people leaving because they want to work. They don't give you a full attention. It's really important. My wife even sent me a note to see if you can come back to get more time everybody.
Sure, sure.
All right?
Yeah.
So we'll do that, and the conference will be on the 19th, 20, 2024. You'll be able to come till Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Next month.
Next month. Yeah. That will give them more.
Okay.
All right?
That will work.
So many going to work right now, going to leave,
Yeah. That's fine, that's fine. So we can go ahead and like
Yeah,
give you the story cards?
Yes, nous avons soirée 4 yo avec nous. Si nous avons une question, nous allons remplir et puis nous allons rester en contact avec vous.
we will do that. I'll collect them from you, collect from them, and turn them into you.
Okay.
Okay. That's fine as well.
Yeah.
We also have some flyers for...
La poser question qu'on y a, la application, tourner à moi, et puis après ça, ma remettre yo, quelle que soit la question bien écrit en conférence, dans la conférence, la demande de vous venir, avec plus ça prend une temps en plein pour capable expliquer nos mieux. Son bon bail à parler là.
We also have some flyers for the free financial workshops, so whoever wants to actually attend those, I encourage that. It's every Monday and Thursday, 7 to 9. And they can go there and actually, it consists of 5 workshops. So they're able to do that for free as well and learn a little bit more in regards to financial.
So, chaque lundi et jeudi, il y a un workshop. So, si nous venons, on doit aller dans le cadre plus et poser plus de questions.
De 7h à 9h. Vous pas besoin de payer pour rien, les frais.
You got the address in the phone?
Yes.
So that's it. Well, thank you guys for your time.
Thank
you, Pastor Lee, for actually accepting us, allowing us to actually be here today.
Tell us where you're from,
Oh, well, my parents are from Puerto Rico. I was born in New York. My dad, unfortunately, did not raise me. I became connected to him once I was a teenager. So my mom was a single mom. Like I said before, I come from a poor family. I came here to pursue college because I wanted to live the dream, because we had to move to Puerto Rico due to my grandmother having Alzheimer's.